Yo, 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 what up? How are ya? It's me, Marianne Boom Boom Maizano. Back as I promised, you know what I mean? Some of you may be happy, some of you may not be. But here we go. Okay, today is Thursday, and it is June 14th. We're gonna start off with, you know, in my tribute and homage to Rosie. Hot topics on the View today. And you also have to pardon me because my engineer is stuck in traffic, so I'm doing all this by myself, which is really not a fun thing, but you know, somebody has to do it, so I'm taking a crack at it, if you know what I mean, right? So here's the deal. This morning on The View was very interesting. It was the most boring show I ever watched, okay? I was cracking up, I'm telling you. I'm sitting there. There were no hot topics. I don't know what happened. There were no hot topics. They did talk about, I'm going to refer to my notes here for a little bit. They talked about a guy they were bringing on who wrote a book about America being so overly politically correct these days. Yeah, no shit, and he didn't come on until the last 10 minutes, I think, of the show. Yeah, I think it was like the last 10 minutes of the show. I'm moving around here a lot because I got no direction, so now, what's funny is that his big gripe, which is, they actually brought this up, he wasn't out yet. The big gripe that he's talking about is that in schools, remember years ago they would mark us with red pens when we did something really bad or displaying our bad mark, okay? Well, now we can't use red pens because it damages the child's psyche. So we have to use purple, you know, like the color of Barney. So that's the big hype, right? I didn't really get to see his interview because I was sitting here watching the show and I wanted to stab myself in the eye with a fork, all right? So, the name of the book is Muzzled, if you're interested, okay? The interesting thing, the very funny thing, rather, was they had the American Idol winners. I say winners because it's like almost, you know, the Sparks girl and Blake are like intertwined, you know? So they had the Sparks girl, and sadly enough, I can't remember her first name. Jordan, there you go. Jordan was on, and Blake. Well, Blake came out, and he's sitting next to Barbara, and they're all talking about this new tour that they're going to go on. And he's talking about beatboxing. So I have to say the highlight of today's show was watching Blake teach Barbara how to beatbox. It was like listening to Sylvester the Cat, all right? So there was Blake trying to be, you know, all funky and in the Kool-Aid, you know? And Barbara's all in the Kool-Aid, but she don't know the flavor. So Barbara's there like, fuck. It was just really bad, okay? Really, really bad, okay? So that was the end of The View. I'm telling you right now, you got to pick and choose your days with The View because it ain't a happening place or a funky base. Now, today, I was running a little late because I had to go to IKEA. Any of you ever go to IKEA? It is like, oh my God, IKEA is like, it's like a visit to Oz without like pretty colors or nice characters, you know? It's so overwhelming because once you go in there, you can never find your way out. You just can't. You never can. And it's really funny because you see these elderly people and they come walking up to the salespeople all like sweaty and red-faced and out of breath, and they're like, how do we get out of here, right? And they tell them, just follow the arrows, right? And what's really fucked up is that when you follow the arrows, it takes you right back to the same place where you started. Okay, it's scary. I mean, I get like sweaty when I go in there. The only good thing about that is that you walk away with a free pencil and a free tape measure. So that's it. So I was watching the news, and I noticed that we're picking up on the spinach recall again. I don't know if you remember that big scare last summer, you know? And what was really funny, you know how they do these trailers for the news? Well, I was watching, I think it was Channel 4 News I was watching, and NBC, and they have the newscaster, you know, right there in the center, and to the right they have a little square and a picture of what it is they're going to be talking about. And inside the square was a picture of spinach. And there's the newscaster going, Yes, there's a spinach recall, and we're trying to ascertain where the tainted spinach is growing. So they got a warrant for this farm in California. And I was just thinking, like, my God, how do you get a warrant for spinach? You know what I mean? And then what do? You knock on the door and you're like, all right, come on, we're going to wrestle the goddamn spinach to the ground, right? Terrible. So now there's yet another spinach debacle going on. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. They're not giving us enough information. First they mentioned there was chopped meat poisoning, E. coli. And then they get you all, because this is, the news has turned into like panic news. For those of us that are like, maybe a tad phobic or a little neurotic, hello. It's not fun to watch the news but you start getting panicky, because now they're talking about tainted beef. They make this big, big thing about friggin' tainted beef, and then 2 days later they go, it's not in our area. Okay, great. All right, so you get everybody crazy for the hell of it. Everybody's popping Zoloft. And now I would like to bring up the immigration issue. Yeah. Yes, the immigration issue. Okay, mommy. Here we go. Well, the sad thing about the immigration issue is that there is no immigration issue, okay? The only people that are jumping over the fences are the Republicans on this one, okay? Pretty sad, but true. So there goes that bill. Another thing done. Paris Hilton, okay? Here's the news flash on Paris again. She's still in jail, and she's found God. Paris has found God. Yep, she has. What she's doing now is that she keeps praying that her orange juice will turn into cosmopolitans, okay? I can't no more. The other interesting thing, this is what I call the news not necessarily always reported, okay? You might not have heard of this story. You may have. I don't know if you heard of Charlotte Ramada. Well, there's been little said about Charlotte Ramada, and you have to pardon me here because I do have to refer to the United Press notes here that just came in over the facts. It's kind of interesting. Charlotte Ramada, all right, she was caught while DWHH, which is driving while high and humiliated. There was only one paparazzi there, and he was using his camera phone, okay? This is how friggin' sad it is, all right? They placed her in the Women's County Correctional Facility. She's in her own room with 6 other inmates. No privileges and 1 visitor a week. Big difference here, okay? Her abuse has gone unreported. The inmates, just so this is pretty interesting, the inmates were former guests of the Ramada and are very hostile as they completed the customer care survey, and no one received replies or restitution regarding them. So once Charlotte is released, she has to perform community service, and that will be 6 weeks in the housekeeping division of the local Ramada Inn. She has reportedly since fired her publicist and is demanding that her 2005 Ford pickup is returned to her sister immediately, okay? Yeah, and sad but true, but that's about, Charlotte Ramada. And now, okay. Hello. My name is Pepe Le Pew, and I'm here to tell you that the weather for today, okay? Today's weather is going to be partly sunny, partly cloudy. I don't know. You have to pick it yourself, okay? I am a skunk. I don't know these things. I was, way back when, a very famous cartoon character. The men admired me, the women adored me, and the children, they just think I'm so funny, okay? So, you watch the weather today. If I were you, I maybe would bring the umbrella, okay? Because you never know, right? A little freaking rain that makes my tail not fluffy gets me pissed off, okay? So, there you have it. I hope you all have a great day. And, Ro, I got to check your blog. I wasn't able to check it. I want to see if you got a little bit of blush on, a little bit of makeup, and we see how that goes. Aight? So, with that said, I will be back at you hopefully tomorrow. I'm not quite sure about that, but I'm going to check it out. If not, you will definitely see me around here on Monday. How about that? So, y'all have a great night. Talk to you. Bye.